Hey, good morning everyone. Well, it's about 9 a.m. and we just started hiking with our hiking club at the Indiana Dunes State Park. And first time I've ever hiked here. We're going to be hitting some dunes, and then later on we're going to be going into the lakeshore at the beach, because it follows the Michigan lakeshore for a little while. But it is April 20th, I believe it is. I'm sorry, May 20th, and weather had a little bit of a downturn. It's a little chilly today. I think it's going to get up around the lower 60s. That's going to be the high, but right now it's a little chilly. There's the trail behind me and some hikers coming, but it's great. So this is our first hike since we've come back from the Pacific Crest Trail in Southern California, and feels good to get back on the trail and stretch my legs. And you know, since we've come back, we've already started having conversations, Stella and I, about going back out there and doing section C and D of the PCT next year. So we're starting to prepare for it. We're gonna do things differently. We're gonna change things up a little bit. We're probably gonna get a bigger tent, and then split up the weight of the tent and the poles and everything else between us. I think I'm going to try going stoveless, you know, without a stove. The stove was pretty heavy, and so was the fuel. Although we did benefit from it, we did use it. I think we could have gone without it. Altogether, I think I used the stove about 4 times to make dinner and to make breakfast, but honestly, we could have had breakfast without hot water, and dinner we could have always picked up, and we did often pick up dinner at restaurants and, you know, just wrap it up and take it for us on the trail. So we really didn't need to use the stove. And there's a lot of things too that we're looking at. We're looking at different backpacks that are ultralight backpacks, because, you know, there was a point in time where I was carrying 40 pounds, which was crazy. Going up some of those mountains with that kind of weight, that's really tough. One thing I'm definitely going to look for is the poison oak. The poison oak was a problem. It was everywhere over there. And I ended up getting some on my leg, and it became a real big problem because of the itch, the burning itching. I mean, that's the kind of itching that keeps you up at night. Had I known that Ben Gay, the cream, the muscle cream, had I known that it actually stops the itching, I would have bought a tube of it out there. I didn't actually know that until I got off the trail. It would have saved me some sleepless nights. We're gonna go back to Palm Springs, go back to Mount San Jacinto, and then pick up the trail from there and just keep on heading north.
But it's very rocky.
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
It's a beautiful, I mean, yeah, you're right. In fall, this place must be spectacular.
It's beautiful in the fall. I've never been here in the winter, so I don't know how it is in the winter, but the fall and the spring and the summer.
Beautiful.
That's looking down one of the dunes, and this is looking up.
If it's these are 3, stay away from me.
And sometimes you have to climb some of these guys. And these stairs go all the way up all the way up to the sky. Looks like somebody lost their trekking poles over here.
Honey, what's going on here? You didn't tell me we had stairs.
Yes. Is that your mountain? Oh, Mount Tom.
This is the hardest part right here.
Yeah. We kept going this way.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, that's right. Till you get to the next one.
You want a picture?
All right.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we took a short break, but now we're back on the trail. And the roaring that you're hearing in the background, that's the lake. Lake Michigan. And for the past hour, we've been climbing some dunes that have been pretty steep. Now we're going downhill, and we're probably going to just hike along the ridge line or the seashore or the lake shore. And there's the lake. Wow, real nice. Way across the water over there, back that way, is the city of Chicago. You can't see it because of the mist. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'm going downhill in sand. More of like sliding down on my shoes, sliding down the sand. So we're hiking today with our hiking club, the Forest Trails Hiking Club. And we got a group of about 22 people today. Kind of figured that much because of the weather. And the majority of the hiking club is they live further up north, so this is a pretty good drive for them. So most times we have about 40 people in these hikes.
Good?
Yeah. And the temperatures went down this weekend for this hike specifically. So it's real cool today. We're right now around the low 60s, I think, maybe mid 60s in temperature. So it's pretty nice. A lot of climbing, not like the Pacific Crest Trail that we came back from, but it's pretty good. Good training, good workout. We'll be stopping for a picnic later. So it'll be a meal worth waiting for because I'm starting to get hungry. Unfortunately, it started raining a little bit, so everybody got their go ahead, one more time, Steve. Everybody pulled out their ponchos and their raincoats. You don't want to get too wet when you're hiking. Then you get real chilled. And you don't want to be uncomfortable. You won't die of hypothermia, but you don't want to be chilled either. It's really starting to rain now, so I'm going to cut the recording and pick it up later. So we'll talk in a little bit. Cut. There's a nice view looking over the treetops here in northwest Indiana, land of the corn maze. Hey there, Bernie. Well, you know, it's been about at least a couple of weeks since we've come back from hiking the Pacific Crest Trail in California, and feels good to get back on the trail, even if it's at one of these state parks. What's different about this trail is that the sand, because these are sand dunes, and it's tough to walk on the sand. It starts wearing on your ankles. All of these areas here, it's all sand mixed with some dirt, and so it developed all of this grassland. And the lake, or Lake Michigan, is right over these little ridges. So I've never been here. I've never been to the Indiana Dunes, but it's really pretty. At least the forested area are really nice. But there's a lake over there.
I saw a mouse.
You saw a mouse? I'm sure there's a lot of mice around here. But we're getting close to the lake shore, and that's where we'll take a real quick snack break. And I think that might be the halfway point. Today's hike was supposed to be about 10 miles, but I think they shortened it up because of the weather. Some people already bailed out because it's tough to walk on sand. Especially the older hikers, you know. It's tough on their knees and it's tough on their ankles. It's tough just being coordinated. So this is why we carry trekking poles. You can see Stella's trekking poles right there. Good for balance, but they're also good for propulsion to propel you up the hills. Anyway, I'll quit for now, but I will pick it up later. There's the trail again, and our hiker friends. Lean back. This is probably one of the steepest dunes ever. Yeah. Oh, I think I could see Chicago way over there. Now it's my turn. You basically have to ride on your heels, just like that. Just come down on your heels and lean back. Let the sand just carry you down. I'm just walking on my heels. I'm just going straight down. The sand is so loose, I can just use my heels and it just slides down. Very nice. And here's the hill I just came down. Here's the beach. We made it. We made it to the ocean. You don't want to miss it? Uh-huh. You can see downtown Chicago over there. Chicago's way over there. There's our group way up there. We're still following the beach line for a few minutes, but we're going to be going back into the wooded area. Lake Michigan.